everyone, it's Dr. Maddie here with Elevated Physical Therapy. Today we're going to go through a slight progression of some core exercises, but first we'll start with the most basic one, the pelvic tilt. For the purpose of demonstrating this, I'm going to really exaggerate the curve in my low back. It's normal to have a little bit of a curve, but you don't want this much. But for the exercise we will be doing, what you're going to do is tilt your hips back to kind of flatten out that curve. So if we're going really, you don't have to really exaggerate it. We're going to go from resting to flat, but just to get a better visual before we go ahead and do it. So for this one, we're going to push down, kind of flatten your back against the table. You'll feel it working your abs just a little bit, and then go back to relaxing. For this one, when we're starting, as soon as we get the movement correctly, I often say to try to hold it for about 5 seconds before relaxing. And then once that feels pretty easy, to make it a little harder, you can keep your hips in that position and then march one leg up at a time. So just nice and slow marching. Slowly and controlled, putting your leg back down. And then once that feels easy, just trying to keep your legs up like this in a tabletop position with your back flat. After about a couple seconds, you'll definitely notice your core working. And hold this as long as you can keep good form. When your back starts to kind of come up off the table, that's when you relax. And then the next one, if that feels easy, bring both legs up together and slowly lower down. It's hardest to keep your back flat on the way back down, but that's where you'll get the best kind of working strengthening of your abs. From there, we can go a little more dynamic into bicycles. So this one, just same thing, keep your back as flat as you can. Once you lose that form, then it's time to stop. A lot of people hear clicking in their hips. As long as there's no pain, that's okay. But it does usually mean we need to strengthen your hips and your core a little bit more to kind of keep everything moving as optimally as possible. And then last but not least, everyone's favorite are the dead bugs. So you'll bring your arms and legs up like this, and then opposite, as one leg straightens, your other arm goes back behind your head. So if you didn't feel it in your core for any of the other ones, I'd be willing to bet that this one will do it. And yep, see, again, form is super, super important.